Hey guys, it's Laurie from Quick Scrap Craft, and I am starting today's process video off a little bit differently because I am doing a special process video for the best of 30 days of sketches. And I wanted to be able to show you the original sketch, which is by Susan Stringfellow for a Sketches Savvy. And it was originally used in the 30 Days of Sketches series 2. So I think it's like me and a couple other people who are working on this sketch. So we'll all have things linked, either Instagrams or our YouTube videos to go along with this. So it's going to be really interesting to see how everybody uses the sketch. But I wanted to show you what it was first so that you could get an idea. Here it is. This is what I'm working with. You can see the reflection of the lights. Now, I really like this design. I did not have a single 4x6 photo that was horizontal, however. I didn't even have a single 4x6 photo that was vertical. Like every photo that I have to print out, that I have to scrap is part of a series. So is either 2 photos or 3 photos or even sometimes more. So what I did was I took the back of a Michaels receipt, and I just kind of, took the sketch and turned it on its side. So this is how I'm going to interpret the sketch. I'm actually going to take these 2 photos here, cut them down, back them with some layers, do a little bit of, embellishments and titling. And then this cool thing, I was going to do something, like paper piece it together. But then I saw this pink fresh paper that I have, and it's basically like exactly what is supposed to be behind in the background, right? So I'm just going to let this background paper, which is from the Happy Heart collection. I think this is the Happy Days paper. This is the other side. I'm just going to let this paper do all the work for me, really. And then I'll just add in some embellishments and other things. So let's get started.
Okay, so now it's on to the actual process portion of this. And I will say, excuse me, if you have this kind of paper or this similar type of paper where it's kind of like the background is done for you, there are still ways that you can kind of zhuzh it up and make it your own, and you'll see that toward the end of this process video. So I've got 2 photos for this layout, and they are both photos of my kiddo playing at the playground. It was like a really cold day back in, I think, March or April. But we go to the playground whenever because my child does not understand that it's cold outside, or it can be cold outside. Like, temperature doesn't bother her unless it's really, really hot. So she loves being at the playground. We were the only people there. So I just took a few quick shots of her playing on it. And if I had just done one photo, I think I would have put this in my monthly Project Life page, my page protector. However, since I had the 2 photos, I'm like, let's make it its own. Let's make it its own event page, and that also frees up some space in the monthly Project Life page that I just started doing last year. I did one for every month, although I have run out of those 12 by 12 page protectors, and you guys, they're never in stock. They came in stock one time, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to wait until I make my next scrapbook.com order. And because I waited, they went out of stock again. And I was like, no, I really just want the big variety pack because I like having options. So anyway, and like none of them are in stock. They're all out of stock. So like scrapbook.com, get on your game and make more of those because I need them so that I can do these pages. Anyway, so what I decided to do there, I backed the photos on some orange paper, and then I did another backing on some blue paper, and then I took just some scrap paper, and instead of doing, like a simple rectangular backing, I just cut them into little banner strips, and I did 2 of them, and I really like the way that they layer up, and everything's kind of skewed. You'll see it again once I get this Creative Memories circle cutting mat out of the way, but you'll see it once these are moved, that everything's a little skewed. It's not super lined up. I really like that sort of haphazardness. But I also wanted to get some embellishments going in here. And I don't have a lot of embellishments that are a good fit for this layout. So I decided to take that pink fresh paper and cut out some of the circles. And I think one of them I cut using, I wasn't paying attention while I'm talking, and I'm not paying attention to this video. I think I used one of the Creative Memories circles to cut out a circle bit from that piece of patterned paper. And then the other ones were just like half circles, so I just cut them out by hand. It's all going to get kind of like tucked underneath and layered on top of each other, so it doesn't really matter if they're cut perfectly. And then I'm, inking the edges of everything just because the background is so light. I want everything to really like stand out. So here I'm ready to adhere these pieces down. I want to get the banner strips first because those are the first layer that goes against the background paper. And then I will stick down the photos and the matting papers and, and everything. I like to work kind of backwards. Once I see where things should go, then I'm like, okay, so what gets put down first? So this gets put down first, then it's going to be this one. That way I can kind of like, of course, I'm telling you, I have a plan. I don't have a plan really, but so I put the smaller banner, I ended up going underneath just because that patterned paper was a little bit brighter and bolder than the striped. So it looked, it looked a lot better. It made the striped one stand out a little bit more. So yeah, anyway, I like to see where things go and then work from like the bottom up as best I can, simply because it just makes it easier to like keep things in place and know where everything's going to go. And so there, those are those little circles that I cut out from the Pinkfresh paper. You could use that Pinkfresh paper just on its own, and it's a really interesting background there. Or you could, fussy cut stuff out of it. And that's kind of, I like that there are options in paper collections sometimes like that, where you look at something and you're like, well, I don't know if this is really a good background, but it can be cut apart. And that's really cool to find different ways to use the pattern paper, especially if you're a little concerned that you're not going to be able to use it. So now I'm just kind of looking through some Simple Stories stickers, the springtime stickers. I don't remember the name of the collection, but these were part of a Chamel Best of Both Worlds kit from, I guess, April. And there's a little umbrella there. These pictures, it was very cloudy that day, and as I said, it was very cold. Not rainy, but I wanted to find things that maybe spoke to what the weather was like that day. So I grabbed the little umbrella. I thought that was cute. Will I have other pictures to scrapbook where there might literally be rain or umbrellas in them? Maybe, but I'm not going to keep that sticker around just to wait in case I have photos that fit. I'm just going to use the stuff that's in my stash, and just get it out of there. Get it out of there. So now I'm just kind of going through, putting in a couple more like embellishment stickers. This isn't going to be too over embellished. And in a second, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that background. The Pinkfresh background, it's almost like they took like watercolors and they just did like a watercolor mixed media background for you, which is really nice. But I don't have a whole lot of embellishments, as I said, so I really wanted this layout to kind of like pop. So I took the Pinkfresh enamel dots and I basically just I matched the color of the enamel dots to the colors that were in that background. So this is just going to add a little bit of visual interest, a little bit of dimension. Like, I'm not overthinking too much where to put these pieces. I'm just kind of sticking them down. I think I'm doing 3 colors in each section, 3 enamel dots in each section. And then I'm just going to do some splatters and let me tell you what the color is, some splatters using Squeezed Lemonade, which is a really pretty yellow. And that's kind of going to be it. I think I might do some journaling too. I don't know. But yeah, that's really an easy way to take a mixed media background. I know Vicki Boutin does a lot of those. I've never used any Vicki Boutin ones, but I enjoy the idea of them, but sometimes they can be a little daunting for those of us who do our own mixed medias, or, they put something there and you're like, how do I work around it? Well, this is a way that you can work around it. And then I hope this is also inspiring to you guys in terms of a different way to use the sketch. And I hope that you also follow along with everybody else who did the sketch today, as well as everybody else who's playing along all month long with the best of 30 days of sketches. I'll have Christy's Beautiful Life linked down below so that you can see what the sketch is every single day. I'm doing a lot more mixed media splatters than I thought. I'm using a lot of different colors. But I'm just trying to get, a little bit of colors from each of the rainbow pastels in there, just for some more visual interest. So anyway, this is a way to use the sketch. Don't be afraid of sketches where the photo orientation is not what you have. Make it work for you. Rotate it. Cut the photo down. Use 2 photos instead of 1. There are always possibilities. A sketch is a great starting off point, and that's why I love the 30 Days of Sketches series so much. So this is going to be a fun one, going back, taking some of the old favorite sketches and then seeing how everybody kind of interprets them in new ways, and get some new players in there, because I was not part of the series that this sketch was originally part of. I didn't start playing with 30 Days of Sketches until just this year. So here are the close-ups for more details. If you have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!